Alright, in this lecture, I'm going to show you how to draw an actual well-rendered image with perspective. Because up to this point, we've only been drawing really simple shapes and unrealistic houses and buildings. But I want to show you how to actually draw a realistic drawing that is well-rendered, has lights and shadows, and has a lot of detail in it. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I've done here is I've created my 60% mark. So if you remember the last lecture, we went over how you want to stay within 60% of the space between your two vanishing points. Now I'm creating the 60% mark vertically. And so now that I have that marked off, I know within what space I want to create my image. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create the basic shape for my building. Now I'm not sure what type of building this is going to be yet. I just want to figure out where I want that building to be. And I accidentally drew this to the wrong point. I drew it to my 60% point. And so I need to erase this and I need to fix that so it's going to my vanishing point. So make sure you're always double checking that you're going to the correct point. Now I'm adding in my vertical lines for the edges of my building. Next, I'm going to go ahead and draw in two vertical lines, and then I'm going to draw in a horizontal line across here, and now I have the base for my doorway, and then I can start adding in perspective lines to create a ledge on that doorway. Then I'm going to add this bottom ledge, like so. Great, so now I have my doorway and it's nice and indented. Next, I want to add a circle window above my door, and so what I need to do is I first need to create a square shape in perspective. And then like we did before earlier in a lecture, we're going to go ahead and create the X through our square, and then we're going to create the plus sign through it so we can find where that diamond shape is, and now we can go ahead and draw that diamond shape. And I'm actually going to skip the diamond shape part because for me, I'm able to just see about where my circle should be, and I can just sketch that in really quickly. Next, let's go ahead and add a bottom edge to that door and a crack in the door so that it's a two-door door. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add the lines for sort of a cylinder type tower. And now I'm going to find the center of this square. The reason why I'm doing that is because I want to create a peaked roof, and I want that peak to be right in the center of my wall. So now that I know where that center is, I can make a point on my center line and connect that back to each corner of my cube, and now I have a peaked roof. Next, I need to finish off the top of that roof by adding in that line back to my vanishing point. And now I'm going to start marking about where I want the windows on this side of my building to be. Now these windows are going to have arches, but for now we're just going to create the rectangle part of them. And notice that I'm drawing my lines really lightly so I can come back and erase them later, because a lot of these are guidelines and they're not the final product line. Then I need to create a square shape across these windows because we're going to make them arched, and so we need to find where that square is to make those circles. Then I'm going to go ahead and add the other crossing line so we can find those centers.